Audio check 1 2. Audio check 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Hey guys, AJ Town here, live with the T Storm Chasers, ready to bring you the latest weather information as we start to watch this storm system move through the area. Good news is, though, with looking at the latest radar information, as we look at our radar here, we do see that a lot of this storm system is starting to push out of the area already and moving into the Iowa and Minnesota area. As that does continue to happen, good news is, though, we'll see that snow accumulation move out of the area. However, the major concern that we are going to have over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours is going to be these wind gusts and what we are looking at for winds right now through the area. As we take a look at the Sioux Falls area alone, we're looking at wind gusts right now as of latest report. Let's see if I can grab that here. I gotta get my mouse just right, and I certainly do apologize there. As of 10:51, we saw a 32-mile-an-hour gust, sustained winds of 22 miles an hour. Over in Mitchell, we are looking at gust upwards to 39, 40 miles an hour, sustained winds closer to 30. Now, Huron area is seeing just about the same. So is Chamberlain, so is Pierce, so is Phillip. As you see down here in this red here, we are looking at the stronger winds is what's going to be pushing through. Let me get some. So as we do put the map into motion here, now this is the latest model run showing wind gust here. As the wind gust does push through the area, you can see that some of the area, such as Yankton right now, 36 miles an hour. I got a stupid fly that won't leave me alone. As we put the map into motion here, we do continue to go through now the morning time hours where we are going to see a lot of our strongest gust push through the area. As you can watch here, these areas that are in the darker red, such as south of Winter, we're looking at 50 miles an hour almost of wind gust. Out by Rapid City Wall, about that 45, 50 miles an hour wind gust as well. Coming through the Sioux Falls, about 7 o'clock, time for your commute, we're looking at 35 mile an hour wind gust. So that's what our major concern with this system is now at this point in time. It's not the snow. It's not anything else. Right now it's going to be these winds. These winds are going to create wind chill values that are going to be extremely cold, extremely dangerous. Right by Wall, we could see wind gust upwards to almost 60 miles an hour. Now, that is severe thunderstorm type winds right there, guys, out by the Wall about 9 o'clock in the morning. So that is going to be, these winds are going to be upwards to that severe thunderstorm warning perimeters. So typically these are wind gusts that you would see with the severe thunderstorms. So as they do move through the area, that's the type of wind that we are going to be looking at. Just northwest of Rapid City, wind gust about 62 miles an hour, about that 9 o'clock time frame. That'll continue to progress through the day tomorrow. And you can see for the Sioux Falls area here, we are looking at 40 miles an hour wind gust. Now, these are wind gusts. These are not sustained winds, but these wind gusts are going to feel like they are sustained winds, because you can see here as we go now 3:30, 4:30, they are sticking around into the evening. These wind gusts upwards again to 40 to 50 miles an hour is what we are going to see right here. This is at 7:30 in the evening tomorrow. We are looking at a 47 mile an hour wind gust, almost reaching that severe thunderstorm warning perimeters as these wind gusts do start to creep their way eastward. You can see about midnight tomorrow night, we are looking at wind gust again, sustained tomorrow night into Friday there. We are looking at sustained winds, again, upwards to that 40 to 45 miles an hour. Then as we go into Friday, they are sticking around. As you can see here on this map, again, Sioux Falls, 45 mile an hour wind gust is what we are looking at for the Sioux Falls area at 9:30 on Friday morning. So that means, folks, that we have put up with 35 plus mile an hour wind gust up for over 18 hours. Now, remember, the parameters for a severe thunderstorm warning, I believe it's either 55 or 60 miles an hour wind gust for that severe thunderstorm warning parameter. So these winds are getting really close to that severe thunderstorm parameter there. You can see that it is sticking around through the day, most of the day on Friday for the Sioux Falls area. Finally, about Friday afternoon, winds really start to calm down. About 35 miles an hour is what we are looking at. 40 miles an hour come into your commute home. So we are seeing wind gust on Friday is going to be our heaviest wind gust with these. So that is what our greatest concern is with this system as we are starting to see this push into the area. It's not the snow threat. As you look back at our radar here, we are looking at very little accumulation, even very little snow moving through the area. Let me get that zoomed back out here. My system froze on me. There we go. So as you can see, a lot of this is snow that is pushing through the area, but a lot of this is going to be also picked up by these winds and moved across the area. So even though we got maybe a half inch to an inch of snow, this system is going to create a blizzard-like condition because of the ground snow that is out there. So we are looking at, again, wind speeds between 35 upwards, 45, 50 miles an hour for the Sioux Falls area. That's almost severe thunderstorm warning type parameters again. Again, I want to mention that because we are looking at a very dangerous type situation, not only with the temps that this is going to bring, but also the winds. Those winds being that high, we are going to see possibility of tree branches being broke. We're going to see possibility of damage to houses, structures, etc. with these type of wind gusts. These are going to be upwards, again, that 45, 50 miles an hour. Parameter for a severe thunderstorm, I do forget, and I do certainly do apologize. It is either 55 or 60 miles an hour for that severe thunderstorm parameter. So these are going to be some dangerous winds that are going to be moving through the area. Now, let's look at give me just a second here to get this loaded. As I get one other screen loaded, let's take a quick look at our temps across the area here. As we take a quick look at temps across the area, now these are going to be, right there is our temps across the area. These are our air temps right now. -6 for Sioux Falls, -11 Brookings, Watertown. Now these are your wind chill values. We are already seeing wind chill values in the -30s to -40s. Out west, you could see, let me get back to that map here in just a quick second. This is on an auto cycle, so give me just a second to let that auto type Rapid City, negative 46. You can see upwards almost the North Dakota, South Dakota border there. Almost negative 60 degrees with that wind chill value. It is dangerously cold out there, folks. I am not trying to say there's a possibility of some thunderstorms. I am saying parameters of a severe thunderstorm warning. So there's a difference saying a severe thunderstorm and severe thunderstorm warning parameters, meaning what is required for a severe thunderstorm warning to be issued. As we take a look at your 7-day forecast too, folks, we are looking again this Thursday, Friday. We are looking at windy conditions. You can see temps are going to struggle to get out of the 0 degree mark up until Christmas Day there. Christmas Day, we are going to see those. We're going to see those temps come up a little bit for Christmas. And then towards the end, or towards next week, we are looking at 20s for much of the week. Monday is going to be our coldest day next week. Now, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, long-term forecast there. We are looking at temps to be in the upwards of 25 miles, or 25 to 30 degrees is what we are looking at. Now, let's switch back here to this temperature look here. This is starting temps, again, about that negative 38 for that. We'll go here about 11 o'clock, which is current. We can see about negative 7 is what we are looking at for the air temp. Now, as we put the map into motion here, you can see out by Murdo, Phillip, we are looking at temps in negative 20s. Then as we continue, we can see this mass of cold air that is coming through the area. As you wake up in the morning on your way to work there, about 15 degrees is negative 15 degrees is what we are seeing for that air temp. That is air temp. That is not the real field temp. Now you factor in those winds and everything. We're looking at negative 40 to negative 50 degrees for the air. Negative 14 at 4:30. So these cold air is sticking around. Let me zoom back just a little bit here. And as we do continue to put the map into motion here for the next 12 hours here, guys, we can really see these cold air masks start really coming in. You can see negative 30 out by Hot Springs, negative 9 by Mitchell come into Friday morning. So we are seeing another cold blast of air coming in on Friday. Good news is, though, we are seeing this line of warm-up. I know it's not much, folks, but it is going to get us out of the negative digits. At least for part of Nebraska there, north of I-80, just a little ways, we will see that those temps come up. Now, that is going to continue to progress its way northward and bring us our chances of seeing some warmer weather come into that Christmas holiday there. So, if you are traveling for the next couple days here, I would hold off and travel later part of Friday, if possible. If possible, travel on Christmas Eve. That's when we're going to see the greatest impact of best travel weather is going to be that Saturday. Thursday, I'm going to say that a lot of I-90 is going to probably remain closed come into Thursday. I-90 is currently closed. Let's take a quick look as I am speaking about that. I got to find the right slide here. As we take a quick look at that, let me get that pulled up here. South Dakota 511, give me just a second to get that up. So as we get South Dakota 511 pulled up here, we are going to see that, again, I-80 is, or I-90 is closed. Let me get my mouse here. All the way to Chamberlain. No travel is advised basically west of the Mitchell area. We can see much of the roadways. Highway 18 is also closed. No travel advised. No travel advisories out west. Again, as we are starting to see this system really start to move in, I expect this map to turn a lot more red, to be honest, because this is going to create a lot of ground blizzard-like conditions. So we're going to see the conditions where it's going to pick up this inch of snow that we got, and it's going to blow it around and cause drifting, cause visibility issues, cause road conditions to be poor. I do, and don't quote me on this, but I do have a feeling that Chamberlain to Rapid City is going to remain closed over the next 24 hours. I would be surprised if they do open it even tomorrow. I could probably see them opening it Friday morning. However, again, conditions don't expect to improve until later part of Friday. So it would not surprise us if they keep that closed for a little bit and actually don't open it until Friday afternoon, Friday evening, or maybe even Saturday. Now, I can't speak for SDDOT exactly what they are going to do. Looking at the models and looking at the wind gust, it's not going to be a system that we are going to have to worry about. It is the winds that are going to create this blizzard-like condition. Jumping back to models, speaking of that, as we take a look at our latest model run here, now this band of snow will push through the area on Thursday, bringing us a little bit of a lighter band here. That is expected to move out of the area yet this evening and overnight hours. So we don't expect to see any more snow with this band of weather that is moving through. What we do expect, though, is these winds. That's where this condition is coming in, creating the road closures, creating issues, is the wind is picking up the snow. Even an inch, even a half inch of snow is creating zero visibility issues because of that. So as we do continue to put the map into motion here, we do see another little clipper system. That's why if you look at my 7-day forecast here on Christmas Eve, I did put that 20% chance. There is that little clipper system moving through Christmas Day in the evening. So we are watching that. That will be just a little clipper system. I expect maybe a trace to an inch of snow. I don't expect anything big with that system. So I'm not too concerned with that one. Then as we put the map into motion for the rest of the week, we do have a little rain shower system that's going to push through on Thursday that we are watching too. Now that's also going to depend on the temps. Right now we are looking at temps close to that freezing mark. So if we can get just a little above freezing, we definitely will reach that rain chances there. Rest of the week there, we do have some rain chances pushed through. Now, this is hinting Friday evening of a snowstorm system. This model is 228 hours out. You can see right here, 228 hours out. I definitely expect to see models change. I'm not confident with this one. I just like to mention it just in case something does happen. However, this is Friday into Saturday. I'm not expecting that to really stick around and bring us much chances of seeing any weather issues with that. Again, as we take a look at our latest radar here, we can see that this snow system is starting to push to the I-29 corridor, and that is going to move out of the area. Again, our concern that is going to be pushing through the area is the winds, the wind chills, and the ground blizzard-like condition that's going to happen with that. Again, we'll take a quick look at the National Weather Service's outlook and see what they say. Again, blowing snow and reduced visibility. Again, going into Friday, there is what they're projecting. Friday and Saturday night, we'll still see those wind gusts. Again, travel Thursday night, and Friday, like I did say, is going to be impacted there. I do expect kind of that SDDOT to continue to keep the 90 closed at least west of the Chamberlain area there, if not extend it, because of these winds that are creating these blizzard-like conditions. As we take another look at another frigid wind chills that are coming through this area, you can see that we are going to, tonight into tomorrow, we are reaching negative 45 to negative 50 in some areas. You can see that these wind chill values, according to the National Weather Service, are definitely going to be some chilly ones that are going to be out there. Very dangerously chilly, cold temps. I know schools that have school on Thursday, a lot of those have called off because of these wind chills, with this dangerous wind chills that are pushing through. Do you think they will close I-90 South Dakota to Minnesota, or no travel advice? So let's jump back to that. We'll jump back to our road report here. So right now, let me get that screen pulled up on my screen so then I can look. Right now, you can see here for South Dakota, eastern portions of South Dakota, they do have the road as icy and slick. So definitely use caution as you are making your way out and in around Del Rapids, Humboldt, basically Minnehaha, Lincoln County areas there. You can see is going to be where the grunt of that system, or grunt of that poor road conditions are. You can see basically it's west of Highway 37 is where all the no travel advisories are in place, road closures. Just reading through here. No travel advised. No travel advised. Again, Chamberlain to Box Elder. The press release we got said Rapid City, so I certainly do apologize for that. But Chamberlain to Box Elder is completely closed. No travel is advised in much of western portions of South Dakota. I do expect that to last. Will that be extended? That's a hard topic to discuss because of these winds and creating these ground blizzard-like conditions. As we take a quick look at your precipitation outlook for the end of the month and into next year, we are going to see that the National Weather Service out of Norman, Oklahoma, is leaning towards above normal precipitation this time of year. And then as we look at their temperature outlook, they are actually about that 70 percentile likely above normal for this time of year for that same time frame. End of the month into next year, we are going to see temps reach above normal for this time of year. Again, touching back on your road reports, let's look at Minnesota. As we take a look at Minnesota here, we do see that I-90 west of the Sioux Falls area, or east of the Sioux Falls area, there is going to be partially covered, and isolated slick spots is what we are looking at. As we pull up their DOT cameras, you look at these. You can't even see that. That's because of how much that snow is blowing out there. As we look at Nebraska's road condition reports, let's pull that up here. You can see that, Let me get some of these. All right. We do see a lot of closures in northern portions of Nebraska over Valentine area. We do see, again, a lot of eastern portions, northeastern portions of Nebraska is going to be partially covered as well with these with these winds that are blowing, creating reduced visibility as well. Same thing as we get into Iowa. We are looking at road reports of partially covered to completely covered over here, just west of I-35 there. We are seeing that. Sioux Center, Orange City, Sibley, Rock Rapids, Rock Valley, Hall, Inwood, Larchwood. We are seeing all these partially covered, mainly because of those winds that are moving through the area. We are seeing those are going to create isolated slick spots across the region and bring chances of seeing that. As we pull up our DOT or our Sioux Falls cameras and take a look at Sioux Falls streets, we'll take a quick look at that here. Let me pull up. Here's a look at 41st and Louise. We can see that those roads are quite covered. Let me put that in play here. We can see those roads are quite covered. Hey, if you're watching us on live stream, you just went by. Anyways, we are seeing, road conditions are going to be poor. We've seen that around town. So there is 41st and Louise. Let's move across town here at 10th and Cliff. There's that Amico station, Get and Go station right there. We do see, again, these road conditions are pretty poor. So we can see that. That car's not stuck. Don't worry. It's just a framing issue. As we look at, let's look at 12th and Marion real quick. As we look at 12th and Marion, look at these road conditions. These road conditions are not the best road conditions out there. Let's go back to SD. There. As we pull up traffic cameras here, we can see that those traffic cameras, even show the reduced visibility that with that blowing snow. You can see road conditions actually look decent. However, looks are deceiving because if you look right through here, you can see those road conditions are poor with that. As we take a look, let's take a look in town here. So this is at 41st and I-29. You can see road conditions are not favorable in that area as well. Let's take a look. Take a look out west. As we take a look out west, you can see that you can't see anything on these cameras. So here is west of Sioux Falls. 394 is a mile marker. Look at these drifts. You can see the drifts across the roadways here. You can see road conditions are not. Look at these. So this is I-90. This is the driving lane on I-90. We can see that these road conditions are very poor. These are roads that are not treated. So that means that the road conditions are very poor. As we take a look here at north of Sioux Falls, even just north, miles north of it. I know there are some schools that are delayed. I know Sioux Falls does not have school tomorrow anyways. Let me see if I can get our list here real quick. Give me just a quick second here. We'll switch back to our camera here. So looking through the list here, Worthington, no school. Winter, Western Dakota Tech, West Lyon, West Central and Hartford, Watertown School District, Tri-Valley, T School District is closed tomorrow. Sioux Falls Lutheran schools are closed tomorrow. Pipestone, Pennington County courts are closed. Mitchell Tech is closed. Mitchell schools are closed. McCook Central is closed. I don't see Montrose on there, though. Harrisburg schools are closed. Closed through Friday, but I'm guessing Friday they start their Christmas break anyways. I know that's the way my son's school district is. City of Worthington. Beersford School District is closed as well. Some schools are not out for Christmas break. There is some schools that go until tomorrow. Tomorrow would be their last day. So some of these schools are in continuance until Thursday, Friday, sometimes. Some of them go up until Friday. Lincoln County Courthouse is closed through 12/23, and then they get into that Christmas break. So I've heard the 12/23 and 12/26 is what a lot of places are counting as their holidays. Southeast Tech opening late on Thursday at 10 a.m. So, anyways, we are starting to see this system move out of the area. That's the good news. The bad news is we'll start seeing the winds start picking up more, and that will create blizzard-like condition, ground blizzard-like conditions, and cause some travel concerns. As we pull up our South Dakota power outage here, there's currently 1,200 customers without power. Nash Electric. I don't know where any of this is. Oh. No, that's not even South Dakota. What the heck? Yeah, that's not even South Dakota. What are they on? I'm in South Dakota. But we're not seeing any power outages in South Dakota. So that was my mistake. I don't know where Nash Electric is because it's not even on our map. So that was my mistake. I certainly do apologize as we take a look at the South Dakota power outage. Get that slide up. I didn't switch slides. Let's take a quick look at Sioux Falls Airport. Let's take a quick look at flights. A lot of you guys are asking that. All right, as we look at this, looks like right now there's one delayed out of Huron. Looks like some of them are still coming in. Departure to Minneapolis was canceled. So, as we do look at these, they do show some are delayed. Not many are being delayed as of yet. I really don't think the win factor will have too much, but we will certainly keep an eye on that. Let's see. I don't see any announcements or anything on their Facebook page. Let's look at that quick. The airport is currently open, but the upcoming high winds and cold temperatures can still affect flights. Please check with your airline in regards to any cancellations. There's a cool little video of them clearing the runway. They are out there working, clearing the runway for sure. Keeping the plane safe. Rapid City Airport. Let's take a quick look at that one. All right, we can see there was a flight canceled already. Well, we can see there's some flights that are canceled there. Tomorrow, they've already canceled this one to Phoenix. Let's look at departures. Departures are canceled for tomorrow. There's about 3 or 4 right now that are being canceled. Looks like Chicago, Phoenix, Denver, Dallas areas are being canceled right now from Rapid City. So, again, we want to talk about these cold temps that are going to be moving through the area. Good news is we got to get through Thursday, Friday, and a little bit of Saturday, and then we're going to start on a warm-up for the rest of the week where we can see temperatures above normal average this time of year. So, thank you guys for following us. Thank you for staying up so late with us and staying tuned live for a 45-minute almost live cast here. Certainly do apologize. I took up a lot of your guys' time, but we wanted to bring you the latest information. Again, we seen the snow move out of the area. We don't have concern of the snow coming through the area. It's these winds that are going to create the ground blizzard and create conditions that are not going to be favorable for travel. So if you don't have to travel over the next 36 hours, don't. Because we are going to see these wind gusts really start to ramp up. 35 to 45 miles an hour just for the Sioux Falls area. Looks like they are going to stick around for 36 hours. Going to be mostly sustained gust is what we're going to call those. Wind speeds and gusting up to are going to be close to that 35 to 40 miles an hour. Remember, parameters, conditions that create a severe thunderstorm warning is winds that are between, I believe it's 55 and 60 miles an hour, create a severe thunderstorm warning parameter. So these winds are getting really close to some severe thunderstorm warning conditions. We're not saying that severe thunderstorm warnings are going to happen. We're just saying that the conditions are like the same. So thank you guys for joining us. We will continue to monitor the weather. We'll monitor that Christmas Day chances there as we look at our 7-day forecast. We do see Christmas Day has that 20% chance. We'll watch that little one. And then we'll watch that one 228 hours out and start watching that pretty close and see what happens over the course of the next 24 hours to 48 hours. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Merry Christmas if I don't talk to you guys before then. Otherwise, thanks, guys. Have a great day.